What the hell did I just read? Okay, so I have to admit that I'm filming this a couple days after I got ONYX Storm. I did make an intro the day before I got the book, but I realized that I hated it, so I'm redoing it. So I have it here with me. I still can't believe I have it. I got it Monday and it's Saturday. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, it's here. Like, I feel like it really hasn't set in yet. And I have read, see here. Before I start, I want to say that this video will have spoilers of Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and ONYX Storm. All 3 books, because my cousin Madison and I, we talk about theories for ONYX Storm, then we obviously read the book, and then we go over some questions that we had that were maybe answered or weren't answered, and then more questions that we have based on what we read. So just stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much this whole video I was at my cousin Madison's house because I live in Louisiana and there was snow. I think where we were at, there was like probably 13 inches of snow. In Louisiana, we don't know how to handle that. We don't know how to function with snow. I was literally stuck there. I had a good time there. It's not like I was stuck there, like held hostage, but I was there from Monday to Friday. So it was actually nice because we just read the whole time because we were stuck in the house. Like, we couldn't drive anywhere or really do anything. I have some footage too from Tuesday when it snowed. I will say I love this book so far. I definitely like it better than Iron Flame. I don't hate Iron Flame. I love Iron Flame, but I'm just saying if I had to rank, Fourth Wing's always going to be on top for me, and then I would say ONYX Storm and then Iron Flame. This is my first ever book vlog, so I'm not sure if I'm doing this right or not. I'm kind of just winging it, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it's entertaining, and I hope you guys like the book as much as I do. That's pretty much it, so enjoy. I look so pale right now.
It's okay, that's my everyday life.
So I just got to Madison's house, and before we go to the midnight release, which is
soon,
in what, 2.5 hours, 7 o'clock right now. I think it starts at 9:30.
Yep.
Yeah, we want to go over some theories.
So maybe we should just dive into signets first, because Violet's signet might have something to do with the villain. I don't know. Okay, Rebecca said that the second signet is in Iron Flame, but I don't. Nope, I feel like nobody really knows. So I think Violet might be a truthsayer. Doesn't it say like truthsayer is just as, if not more dangerous than intrinsic, but we kill intrinsics? Yes.
So I feel like that, I don't know. And just like, she always needs information. She always needs like...
She does.
And Xaden always says, you just have to ask the right questions.
This is my thing with that one. Because they both, I think they both are like very lethal signets. Their second signets are lethal. They could get them killed. That's why Xaden's so secret about his second one, because that is such a dangerous one. But he also said that there are different type of intrinsics, so I'm more inclined to believe that she's another type. But also, with that being said about the truthsayer, I'm like, okay, maybe she is the other type of lethal signet, but I've only seen her able to get the truth out of Xaden, but Xaden loves her. Yeah. So there's that kind of connection, which is why I'm like, maybe it's not, but for story's sake, maybe it is. But like, for me, like, the evidence there was just not as concrete as saying, yes, for sure, she's truthsayer.
And I think in one of Xaden's POV chapters, he says, like, I can't seem to lie to Violet. I don't know why. Like, he's like, I can't get around that one.
Right.
So that makes me think she might be truthsayer. And that excerpt too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Going along the lines of like the truthsayer, like always getting information.
That's the thing too. Like, she always needs information.
She always needs information, which is why I'm thinking her signet, second signet, has to do something with her getting what she needs in order to act. Because she's always like reciting, like, she needs facts and stuff. She's always reciting that.
That's why her and Xaden fought the whole time in Iron Flame. Like, miscommunication.
She has receipts. She remembers everything.
Yeah.
So like,
she's crazy smart.
Either that in itself is a second signet, her like insane memory, or that's just her natural from being a scholar.
In my opinion.
That would be super lame.
I was like, oh, she's smart. I'm thinking of other people's theories of her second signet. I've heard distance wielder. I don't think that's right.
I would like to hear somebody explain that one.
The only example I got was that she jumped to Sawyer's dragon. But like...
Okay, but my girl's been going to the gym.
I know. So that's the only example I heard of. I just think she's trained really well now. Because yeah, people said...
she was
like, oh, she's too small for that. No.
What do you think her second signet is? What's your vote?
Or for now, I'm going to say truthsayer.
Okay. Solid.
If not that, something with the mind. Something
with the mind.
Something about information, like gathering information. My vague answer is that. But if I had to go specific, I'd say truthsayer.
I feel like it's going to end up being truthsayer. But I'm gonna stick to my guns and say a different form of intensity.
You're probably right. Watch.
No, you're probably
what
right.
if we're off?
I know. What if we're
It's like she actually sees dead people because of Liam.
Which is another interesting point, which makes no sense. Because when I was rereading both the books, Liam, his eyesight.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Seeing far, and then in the battle where he like
the battle with the venom.
Yes, no. All of a sudden he was wielding ice, and it was like, why is?
Was that a mistake?
No.
Or was that? Why did we get no explanation?
But okay, maybe you know how like Professor always saying like, there's just a lot we don't know about dragons or dragonkind, but this is what we know. And it's probably so little. Yeah. There's probably not a lot that they know. Usually, there's only one signet. Usually, dragons don't bond to someone directly in the line. Usually, you don't. It's only one dragon per rider.
But there might be a possibility. Yeah, Jack Barlow. Ugh. What are we gonna do about that man? When do you think he turned venom? I think it was when he was fighting Violet when they fought on the mat. He like grabbed her head or something, and she said like she felt this surge of energy. But people are thinking that he turned venom at that moment when he was fighting Violet on the mat. The whole venom thing,
But he wasn't channeling the ground unless he was venom before.
See, that's what I'm confused about. I saw that. Well, this is kind of obvious. Rebecca posted that the whole book is going to be about Violet saving Xaden.
Yes, and I think she's gonna go ham.
I'm scared.
I think she's gonna go ham, and I think Darna is gonna have something to do with it because there was a reason why Papa Sarangel had stuff on like the fables that no one else has. Was researching Feathertails, which who gave a shit about Feathertails?
Right.
Until Violet.
There's definitely more information we need to find out.
No, like there's something. Why was Darna hiding out for so long? Yeah. Why didn't she just hatch?
She was waiting for Violet, like not. Like she didn't know
but she was.
Like, yeah, well she wasn't like, oh, Violet.
Right.
But she heard about Violet, like her description. She has the heart of a scribe and what did she say? Body of a writer? I don't remember the exact quote. But she's the heart of a scribe, but she
No.
Oh, sorry. I got that mixed up. Do not quote me on anything I say because I don't remember obviously. But she has the mind of a scribe and the heart of a writer. Do you think the dreams that she had about the venom were actually the venom?
I think that was Xaden's dreams. That's why I also think that she's intensic, because she was actually walking into Xaden's dreams. Because if you read the dreams, that it was literally what happened. Now, part of me that's like, maybe when she went into Xaden's mind unknowingly, as an intrinsic in his dream, it sounded like the venom was talking to her. Now maybe the venom was actually talking to Xaden. She was just in Xaden's head, so therefore she felt like she was the main character of that dream, while she felt like it was her dream. But what literally happened to Xaden being suspended over the ground, like the venom talking to him, that's literally what happened in his dream. But we saw it through Violet's eyes, because Violet physically went into his mind and saw it.
So we were going through more of Madison's theories on her notes. And one of them, yeah, her and her friend's notes. But one of them is that Violet might turn venom for Xaden.
Maybe to save him. Violet's person, I'll even use the term mate because they're probably soulmates, is being taken from her by the venom. And they're both about sacrificing themselves. So I can see her making some kind of deal or doing something irrational to try and save Xaden. And maybe that is with her turning venom.
I don't know why I just can't see that. If Violet and Xaden turned venom, they'd be unstoppable.
They would be absolutely unstoppable.
Who would stop them? That's why I can't believe that. Continent. This series would be over because who's stopping them? Watch the freaking cliffhanger be like, I looked into Violet's eyes and
I looked into the mirror and I have red eyes and it stopped from the hangover that I had.
I think I would fall on the floor. I'm a slow reader and I know she's probably gonna get to the end before me, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna do it.
I'll be slow.
Girl, I'm slow. Because I have to like take in everything.
We're gonna get a second signet. It's gonna do something with knowledge. Runes are gonna play a huge part in this. Brennan's rune is gonna make some kind of sense to us because it's only merely mentioned and there's nothing else to it, but there's something to do with venom in that.
Violet's dad, hopefully we get more information on him. Like, why was he looking into Feathertails and stuff?
The dad. I don't know if we'll get info on Xaden's mom, but that would be like a treat. But I don't know if we will.
And if any of them die, I will throw the book across the room.
I'm scared about Taryn only because like I just have a feeling they're all eventually gonna die.
No,
I do.
it always says if one of them dies,
they all die.
They're all gonna die. Oh, also, this is so random again, sorry. People also ship Arik and Sloane.
I ship Arik and Sloane.
What about Dane? What do you think's gonna happen with him?
Dane's just gonna continue to try to redeem himself. He is. Dane is a rule follower.
Oh.
Dane is a rule follower.
He is too much.
To the point where he was literally, would willingly let Violet die during threshing to not
that's a bit much.
go against.
I think he's better now, but.
Well, I think he's seeing more. He was brainwashed.
As long as we don't get this,
I am not team him.
No, I don't want a love triangle happening, which I don't think will happen.
I don't think it's a love triangle. I mean, no, I think Dane's like off. Like he's
yeah,
like,
I think it's done. I wonder if Dane's gonna get with anybody. I heard Cat.
Nah, Dane needs to be alone.
Cat.
Dane needs
my
to think.
God.
I hated Cat.
Dane
to
needs
my
to be
core.
single. Yeah, I wonder if there's gonna be redemption arc.
I hated it. There was already one because she was helping Violet and then she was giving Violet credit.
Still don't like her.
I still don't like her, but like
Dude.
I was like, oh, respect.
The part where they were fighting and Violet was like, Xaden trained her.
Oh my god! She had far more composure than I would murder. Oh my god.
I felt sick.
I was so sick of it.
I said, Especially because Cat's
was
power is like, she can already get into your head. Like, she can make you feel crazy. Like,
Yeah.
she amplifies
your own emotion. Yeah.
Yeah. But when I found that out, I said, huh? You're kidding, because I would actually...
I would lose my shit.
Her lightning power, well, she can't do her fingers yet, but...
Lightning would have struck somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Brought down the whole building.
Well, it did.
I would have been in it, but
it did
it's
at the
okay.
end of the fight, but...
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, the stuff she was saying to Violet, I was like, I would have killed her. Like, I'm not kidding. I would have actually killed her. Like, do you remember what she said in that fight?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was his first and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like
stuff
all that
I
stuff.
can't
Like,
say.
does he even, yeah.
Do you know the feeling of blah, blah, blah? I taught him this. Girl, what?
Yeah.
No.
Has anyone else looked into Xaden's eyes and seen that he's bitten?
Well, that's something you can't really hide.
True.
But
that is a worthy question to ask, because then it comes about, okay, well now everyone knows that there are venom in Beskaya. Like, there are venom there. What do we do with these venom? And not only are there venom, there's a very strong venom. One of the strongest writers, Xaden, is now venom. What do we do with him? How do we contain him? Do we contain him? Do we try and heal him? Is the antidote with Andarna and Violet? How do they figure that out?
I just don't know, because I don't really know how the beginning stages of being a venom is. Like, I know when Violet looked into his eyes right after he pulled power from the ground, he did turn venom. Like, she saw the red in his eyes. But I don't know if his eyes were red after that.
Venom, once they draw power, in order to stay alive, they need to continue to draw power. Kind of like a vampire. I think we're gonna leave this book with more questions than we do answers.
Oh my god, I know this book's gonna be literally heart-wrenching.
But
I definitely think her second signet or something, Andarna, something to do with Andarna, it has something to do with the cure.
Yeah, and are there any early books that reveal that?
I heard Onyx Storm is smaller than... Is it smaller than Fourth Wing? I know it's smaller than Iron Flame. I think it might be the same size as Fourth Wing, so... I mean, Fourth Wing's still...
It doesn't matter the length. It's Rebecca. It will be just as emotionally damaging. So,
Yeah, you're right.
It doesn't matter.
And it's gonna be left on a big cliffhanger that...
Size doesn't matter.
Okay, on that note, I think we're gonna end this here. I'm gonna record the midnight release, but there's gonna be goodies, trivia, other things. This is my first midnight release, so I really don't know what's going on. But I'm so excited and nervous and scared. But, okay.
It'll be fine. We'll see you there.
We'll see you there. Bye. Okay, so we just got here and they just gave us wristbands. I think we have to show this for the... I look so bad. We have to show this for the goodies, and I think they have arts and crafts. So we're pretty much just walking around waiting for, I guess, the goodies bag and the book.
Oh wait, there's a thing.
What time is it?
There's a raffle.
Oh, there's a raffle. We need to go enter that. I don't even know what's a part of the raffle. I think I'm gonna get this bookmark. Yeah, we're just walking around right now, waiting for something to happen, honestly. Okay, it's 10:19. We're still waiting on the book, but right now we're occupying ourselves. I'm looking through the ACOTAR coloring book. Madison is rereading Silver Flames. Yeah, we're still waiting. I'm still deciding if I should get the bookmark. We haven't gotten our goodie bags yet. I feel like that's not gonna go down till like 11. But we would
probably not. Which is why I think we should like really expose your social anxiety and go draw with strangers.
Okay, there's arts and crafts, and it's very intimate. Like, cause it's like two tables, and
Just close.
they're very close. And my anxiety's like, no, don't go over there. So
I think we should go. I know.
Wait, okay. Alright, now we're gonna binge read this whole thing when we get back. She is so cute.
Pretty.
So we just got back from the midnight release. Okay, I feel like we should first talk about the midnight release. So
It was fine.
No, it was fine.
We just expected more.
Going into it, we thought there was gonna be like more activities and stuff. We kind of just got there and they were like, okay, here's your wristband, there's arts and crafts in the back, there's a raffle, have fun. We're like, they had a cute little sign that said, it wasn't cute, it was kind of scary, but it said, write who you think is gonna meet Malik next. I'm gonna put it in here. But people wrote Jack fucking Barlow.
He's already met him, doesn't mean he's gonna stay with him.
Cat, which I'd be fine with, I don't really care.
I highly doubt, but
Riddick, I don't need all that. I don't need that energy. I don't want that. Riddick is a no-no. Garrick?
Who's also likable.
Yeah, I could see, I told her I could see Garrick or Bodhi going. Oh, somebody put violence.
Oh,
I don't think so. Anyway, but we got the book. We got the special edition. It has like the cute little edges.
The top's just regular. Ombre. So nice. So gorgeous. So gorgeous.
And then we got these goodie bags. We haven't opened these yet, but we're gonna do that right now.
And a pin.
Sticker.
You show the pin.
Here's a pen. Oh, I thought you said a pin, like a pin.
No.
Oh, here's the bookmarker. Bookmark.
Pin.
What is it? Bookmark. Here is like Rebecca's stuff in the back. And Kitty. I really like this pen actually.
The pin is cute.
Darn.
Super cute.
I don't know if you can see that.
Is it? Are you ready?
No.
So open the book because I keep going and I stop myself.
Okay, let's do it.
Ready?
Okay. Is there anything new?
I don't know.
Big.
The Barons. Probably should grab my other books to compare.
Look at that.
I like the detail though. It looks like a much better print. To the ones who don't run with a popular crowd, the ones who get caught reading under their desks, the ones who feel like they never get invited, included, or represented. Get your leathers. We have a dragon to ride.
We have dragons to drive.
Oh, this is different.
Oh shit. Wait, what is
This is different.
Oh, this is like everybody's who they're bonded to.
This is who they're bonded to, which is nice though that it's actually all written out.
It has everybody's name, who they're bonded to, and their signet.
Cute.
Oh, and they have the leaders at the bottom. Okay, there we go. Now you can see it.
Wow, going from I will not die today to I will save him.
Oh shit.
Damn, every girl ever.
Oh wait, isn't manifested yet?
Yes, no, his is not manifested yet. Okay, I'm ready to read.
She's on the prologue.
I'm trying to stop myself.
Okay,
So
let's get our reading positions.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to read it with you?
No! I want you to go sit somewhere and read so I can start the book.
Oh, where should I go?
Come on.
I'm kidding. Okay, so I literally just woke up, so excuse the way I look, but it is snowing outside like crazy. Yo, like I live in Louisiana. This is not normal. It is going crazy out there. Okay, so I didn't really film anything about ONYX storm yesterday because it was a big day in Louisiana.
It was huge.
It snowed in Louisiana like crazy. Like, how many inches do you think we got?
Dude, I
have videos in here, but
my friend said she measured 13 inches.
13 inches of snow. We had a great time. We did read a good chunk last night. I didn't film anything, but we got up to chapter 17, and I wanted to address the predictions we made before we got the book and see where we're at so far in the book, what predictions got answered or addressed, what predictions haven't gotten answered or addressed at all yet, and see what we got right or wrong, you know, all that kind of stuff. What is Violet's second signet? We still don't know.
No.
There's a part in the book where, what's the Venon's name?
It's Theo.
Okay,
something.
we're gonna say Theo for sure.
It's Theo.
It's the
something.
Venon. It's the Venon. Again,
Silver
if you
hair.
haven't read ONYX Storm yet, don't watch this. Okay. It's the Venon with the silver hair, and she's also a lightning wielder. And she tells Violet, like, okay, who picked you first? Which dragon picked you first? The one who gave you the power of the sky or the Irid? So me and Madison are like,
we went ballistic.
oh my god.
We're like, what does
her
Irid
second
mean?
signet is Irid, and we're like, wait, what is that? So we were freaking out. What is an Irid? What is an Irid? That's just Andarna, like her breed.
Yeah, it literally, and I felt really stupid when Riddick said, wait a minute, does it mean iridescent?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well,
wow, I feel like Riddick right now. Because I was like,
when we looked it up,
it all made sense.
there was different definitions too. It was like something about a plant, the rainbow, and then I saw iridescent and I was like, wait, is she talking about Andarna herself? So Violet's second signet is not known to us yet.
It's
Where
not
we're at in the
Irid.
book. We do know the name of Andarna's breed, which is iridescent scorpion tail.
Scorpion tail. Yeah.
How did Liam wield ice in the battle with Venon if his signet is Farsight? This was answered.
We got it.
Okay, so marked ones have second signets, which
Yes.
I could have never guessed. And then we found out that Garrick is a distance wielder.
Yes, which has also not been seen in many years, just like how a lightning wielder and a shadow wielder hasn't been seen in many years. So crazy how all these things are popping up after so many years.
It makes me wonder what Imogen's second signet is, what Bodhi's second signet is.
What
Sloane's
Sloane?
gonna have a second signet.
Sloane probably don't even know.
When did Jack Barlow turn Venon? Okay, still don't know, but it seems like he wants Violet to ask. Or to know.
Yeah, like he wants her to have all this information, but why?
Yes, he was like, ask me what you really want to know. When I turned, how I turned, ask why only initiates believe. Apparently he wanted her to ask that, or he knew that she wanted to ask that. I don't know. Either way, weird. Are Xaden and Sigil still bonded? Yes, but Sigil won't talk to Xaden. Only communicated with him when he was unknowingly channeling power as a Venon. Oh, but I hate it so much. Like, obviously I understand why, because she feels betrayed. But I love Sigil, and I'm so sad. Like,
That does
from her
show
at all.
that she's like still rooting for him because she still intervened
Yeah,
and
that's
said
true.
stop, which also explains he loses control when he goes to channel.
Yeah, so that basically revealed that every time he channels power as a Venon, he blacks out. So that's bad. Why was Papa Sorrengail researching Feathertails? Not sure yet. We have to test Dane to get his research. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So basically now, his dad, Colonel Atos, is
Daddy
now
Atos.
General Atos, so he took Lilith's position. So now
In
he's moved
office.
into her office, and now Dane's the only one who can get Papa Sorrengail's research because that's his son.
Yeah, and only people that can be
Bloodline.
let in his bloodline are like marriage.
Kind of feel bad for Dane because his dad disowned him. Dane was like, Dad? And he said, I don't have a son. I was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. We were left literally on that chapter. We don't know if Dane's gonna pull through or not, but we'll see. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be part of his redemption arc.
I do too.
Either he gets all the documents and gives them all to Violet, or he gives her some of the documents and keeps a little for himself to have in his back pocket in case he wants Daddy Atos's approval back.
So this is pretty much make or break for Dane. Violet's dreams about the Venom were actually Xaden's. This was also not addressed. She had a nightmare about there was Wyvern attacking her room, and she was trying to get this picture of her family. And
Everything
Kat
was
was
being
there.
burned.
Kat was there trying to save her. And she was like, no, like you have to go. You're going to be Queen of Tyrandor.
Yes.
Because now Xaden is
Duke.
Duke of Tyrandor. Which is not good because he's Venom and
Venom.
he has a lot of power that he can't control.
And it keeps getting mentioned that Kat is like second or third in line to like her uncle, the Viscount, and then her sister, and then it would be her. That's always been on Violet's mind of like, I can't kill her because she's technically royalty.
Right.
Like, I can't do anything. And then the fact that that's like still in the forefront of her mind in her dreams, and then she was called her a queen in her dreams, might foreshadow something.
And Kat was trying to save her as well, so. Violet unknowingly went into Xaden's mind as an intrinsic. This is also connected with the dreams. Like, we think maybe she went into Xaden's head and saw his dreams and thought it was her dreams. That's also not addressed. The Venom dreams still have not been.
But there was a line that was mentioned whenever they started talking mind to mind again. When she says, how much of this is the bond and how much of this is you being an intrinsic? Which I thought was very interesting and very purposeful place to put in that, because I've always thought that. I'm like...
Yeah, it was the memory thing. Like, she showed him a memory. And she was like, that's happened like a couple times. Like, is that our bond or is that your intrinsic thing?
And then he was like, I honestly don't know because I know nothing about intrinsics.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that I've had this kind of bond with somebody.
What's up with Xaden's mom?
No one knows.
We still don't know. Nothing has been mentioned about
We
her
don't know.
mom at all. I mean, his mom at all.
No one knows.
Violet might turn Venom for Xaden. If this did happen, it would happen like at the end of the book.
And then we'd be devastated.
And I would not read the next book, actually. I would read the next book, but I wouldn't want to. But can we talk about real quick how Violet in this book has like this confidence, like crazy? Like, she's showing leadership tendencies, which I always thought like, yeah, she's strong and whatever.
I like that she's still growing as a character.
Yeah, but in this book, I'm like, damn girl, like, okay.
I know.
There's a part where she like makes this speech about the whole alliance thing, and Arik mentions like, oh, you should really get into politics, like you could be a great general.
Anytime something gets mentioned to her about like being some kind of leader or something, she's like, no, I'm gonna find someone else to do it.
She still thinks she's like, I'm not a leader, but she is.
She is.
She's being too humble about that. Her and Xaden are gonna be Duke and Duchess of Tyrrendor. Well, this is before we knew that he was Duke of Tyrrendor, but he was like, she could be a Duchess at least. And we're like, oh, okay. Oh. But that's before we even knew that he was Duke. Okay, this is very simple. Who's gonna die? I just put, no one has died yet, thank God. But Tairn almost did.
Tairn got concussed.
They were stuck in a tornado and he freaking hit the side of the mountain. Are Arik and Sloane going to end up together? That hasn't been really mentioned. Arik's in the book. And Holden's mentioned in the book. And
he's mentioned a bunch of times. We have not seen him yet. I cannot wait to see him.
Yes, I think he's going to be on the quest squad. He's going to show up somehow.
He is.
Well, right now he's not assigned, technically. Because they already talked about it, but I think he's going to show up.
Yeah, but he's royalty.
He's going
to be assigned.
But it's obvious the way that Violet reacts about him. Like, the way that she reacted about him being there. They're exes.
They gotta be. She left the room before the king came in.
She said, I feel ill. And Darna was like, why do you feel ill?
Yeah, I know. And she's like, we could just kill him. And Darna, I like that response.
Yeah. That's Darna's solution to everything. But
yeah, I approve.
Apparently this Holden man has anger issues.
Yeah.
So that goes. And I know he's gonna show up in the book, and then him and Xaden are gonna encounter each other, and that's gonna be a whole thing. Especially Xaden being Venom, like he's already losing himself.
I know, he's probably gonna channel and then probably try and kill
that man. Because there was a sign of jealousy with Dane.
It makes me wonder, because she had that thought when she looked at Dane. This is not related, but she had that thought when she looked at Dane. She was like, I just had to think like, what could have been if he just would have believed in me to begin with. I mean, it wouldn't have changed if, you know, with Xaden, but what could have been. And when Xaden looked at her like jealous, I wonder if, because I know he swore, he swore he would never do it again, but with him losing control, he probably did.
That's so true. I didn't think about that. Dane will try to redeem himself more.
Yes.
Yes, he's trying. If he gets Papa Sorrengail's journal, that would confirm we can trust him. We kind of already talked about that, but... Will Dane end up with someone? No, he's still single, but apparently he was trying to hit on somebody at the bar.
He was trying to hit on a healer.
Oh yeah, a second-year healer. So he's trying, but...
He's trying.
Will Kat be annoying? She has the right intentions, but she has her moments. Still in love with Xaden, apparently.
Still in love with Xaden.
She just makes these comments here and there where I'm like,
and she tries to get into Violet's head still, and Violet has time and time again I love this time, but I was like, oh, shut up.
Yeah,
like,
so Kat was trying to get underneath her skin again, and she was like, shut up. Like, she was just like,
yeah,
over
she's like,
it.
this
She's
is
like,
not.
"Bitch, I don't care."
I still don't like her, but she does give Violet credit.
She has good intentions about everything overall with like Best Guy and all that stuff. But she just makes these comments here and there where I'm like, okay, that was not needed to be said.
Yeah.
Xaden don't want you. What's that flyer's name? Traeger? Traeger? He's trying to make his move on her.
Traeger's probably gonna die.
He said, why are you still hooked up on Xaden when everybody else wants you?
Yeah.
I said, okay. And there was flirting. Whenever they went to the bar, there was like, well, bar. It's not really called the bar, but it was the bar.
Tavern.
And they were like low-key flirting. Like, she took his drink and he smirked at her. I'm like, okay, like, good. She needs to move on anyway.
She needs to move on.
Annoying. And this is like not in the predictions at all, but Riddick in this book so far is making me.
Riddick is peaking in this book.
Yes, because he has so.
Which is why I also think he will die.
No, let's not even say that. I liked whenever he made fun of Violet and Xaden. Basically making fun of us about the miscommunication trope in Iron Flame.
No, that's like he said what everyone was thinking in Iron
literally.
Flame. Like, y'all bicker nonstop about that same shit.
Yeah. He said something else because right now Xaden is a professor. He is helping them with their signets, like training with their signets and stuff, because now the Venin have signets apparently.
Yeah, so.
And it's crazy because Xaden is a Venin, so he's teaching them to.
He's teaching Violet to be able to kill him because she will probably have to be the one to kill him.
Yeah, so whenever he was literally destroying everybody in the class, like all the students, Riddick was like, I don't know if I'm terrified of him or I'm in love with him. He said, Violet, I don't know if I'm in love with your boyfriend or terrified of him. Of course, Kat was like, both. You can be both, trust me. I'm like, girl, nobody asked you. See, that's the kind of shit that would make me mad. Violet is like all content and she's like, what? Like, she doesn't really comment about it. I would have been like,
I'm glad she's more confident in herself.
I would have been like, girl, okay.
And she has more.
Okay, this is the last one. Has anyone else looked into Xaden's eyes and seen that he's Venin? Garrick, Bodhi, Imogen, and Violet are the only ones that know Xaden's eyes are back to normal right now.
You know what I just thought of? You know when he was like Beyond the Wars or whatever, his little post before he became professor, and he was like very secretive way told Violet that he channeled and he had to be like put away in like his own little secret thing.
On Samara.
Yeah, I wonder if they or somebody accidentally
I was thinking that too, but
it's not said.
Like he doesn't.
But I think like that's impossible. Someone had to like look at his eyes and be like, something's different about those.
Well, it depends on. I think it depends on how much power he channeled. They didn't really give us details on that. It was just like, oh yeah, basically I channeled, didn't mean to. Sorry, Sigil got me out of it.
Oopsie.
Love you. Bye. That's why I'm scared, because on this quest squad, he's gonna be beyond the wards.
I love that name has literally stuck.
Quest squad,
both
yeah.
inside the book and outside the book. Quest squad.
Yeah, so basically the squad where they're gonna find Indarna's 7th grade.
They're gonna go on a quest.
And Riddick, of course, is the one who made it up and it's stuff.
Of course.
I don't like the quest squad right now because we don't know anyone. The only people we know is Xaden.
And we know
Mira might
Aura.
come. Oh yeah, Aura, but I hate her. Aura is giving the female version of Jack Barlow. Colonel Atos can... Because the stuff he's doing... I'm like, can you chill out? Like, you are doing too much.
No, right and now. It sounds like everyone else, like, ranking officer is like, really, Atos?
Now, Professor Ryerson and Violet, technically, Article 1, Section whatever, they can't be together. So, of course, Colonel Atos is like, if I see y'all even looking at each other in a romantic way, he's out of here. He literally has students, like,
watching
all around, all like
watching them, and it's like
all around everywhere, making sure that they're not doing anything. The only time they could even like kiss or do anything was when they were training together
in front of everybody, but in the dark.
And Xaden had the shadows over them, and of course he took that opportunity to kiss her, which I think is so cute. I think we're gonna read more of this book.
We are gonna read more of this book. That's what I thought you were gonna say, because I was like, yes, because I want to figure out what's going on. Yeah, because we have so many questions. We need to address more predictions that we have, and because there's a lot of unknowns. I just don't want anybody to die. I'm scared. I know somebody's gonna die. Someone's gonna die.
I don't want this book to end. I don't want to wait another 15 years for another book. That's dramatic. I know it's not gonna be 15 years, but it's gonna be a year minimum. So I like to drag it out. She's the opposite. She wants to read it all, and I'm like, I don't want to. I'm still stuck here because of the snow.
I don't say stuck.
I'm stuck here. Somebody help me. While I'm here, obviously we're gonna read. We kind of got lucky with that. We just got a snow day, and we just got to. We last night we made some cookies and drank some wine. It was so nice. And we ate a charcuterie board. We did eat a charcuterie board with Kitty. I need to end this because this video is gonna be 8 hours long.
Can we read?
Yes.
Okay, we can read.
Okay, bye. Wish us luck. Okay, so we read a good bit yesterday. Like,
we read a lot.
So we stopped at chapter 30, and we want to go over some questions we had yesterday that kind of have been answered or have been answered completely. We asked previously, are Ark and Sloane going to end up together? It looks like Sloane has a crush on Dane. Yeah. Which I don't think any of us could have guessed.
She must have not read her brother's letters on how much we don't like Dane.
No, she did though, because remember she hated him in Iron Flame.
She needs to go back and reread.
I guess he's grown on her. The only thing I've seen is that like she has been blushing, like talking to him and stuff. I haven't seen anything about Dane.
Nah, because she was first year.
Violet was the first year with Zayden.
I knew you were going to hit me with that.
No, because Dane's a third year and Sloane's a first year.
Yeah, I think Zayden
Wasn't
and Violet
Zayden a third year and Violet was a
Zayden and Violet were, like, Zayden was a second year.
No, I think he was a third year.
Oh, wait, yeah, because he was their wing leader.
Dane will try to redeem himself more.
Yes.
Thus far, he is okay because he pulled through with Papa Sorrengail's research.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done anything else suspicious
no.
so far.
No. Him and Zayden were getting along, which was very weird.
That's only because Zayden was in a good mood. It's chapter 23. This has been probably one of my favorite chapters of the whole book.
Just makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
Because he was so, like, you could just tell he was so relieved just from, like...
not being able to channel power.
Right. Like, he was complimenting Dane, which was, like, I was like, what?
Yeah, asking about their childhood.
Yeah. Wait, there is a line in chapter 23. Okay, so he says, Orisha is the second most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Then he says, and my home is the first, and he winks at Violet. That's so cute! Like, oh my god.
Men don't say that.
She said, yeah, I'd flat out liquefy. Girl, I would too. Will Cat be annoying? Okay, so, yes, I think she's moving on with, Trigger? Has anyone looked into Zayden's eyes and seen that he's Venom? After his little conundrum with the alloy and snapping everybody's neck to save Violet.
Killing everybody. And then when he came back, he was all peaceful again, but they weren't gold flecks, they were...
amber. And now they've been amber. And it has not changed. Okay, we have some new questions based on chapters 17 through 30 that we read yesterday.
Is the 7th breed of dragon extinct? Did they make it to the Isle at all? Did they eventually come to the Isle? Did they somehow get to this Isle and then become extinct? Like, is that why they're so hard to find? Because they're just not there? Are they simply just in hiding? Hoping they're just in hiding somewhere. So there is a new character. There was a couple new characters came to the fold, but there is a new character that holds a lot of unknown information. Papa Sorrengail's mother, the grandmother to Violet and Mira. Grandma Sorrengail stopped talking to them. They thought she was the one that cut off connection. But when Myra went off on her spontaneous leave, she learned that no, it was our family that actually cut her off. Violet was too young to even remember this woman. She was like a little toddler. Myra went visit her. Why? What answers was she trying to seek? Like, what was she trying to figure out? Because this was all after she took the spontaneous leave, after she got jealous of Violet getting all these books from Papa Sorrengail, and then the merchant, what was that merchant? Narelle?
Yeah.
Something.
She noticed that Mira was jealous, and she was like, this is why, this is Violet's purpose. You have another purpose. Everybody has a purpose in this.
Yeah, we're all players. Violet is like her father, and Myra, especially in this book, what we talked about, so much like her mother, like more so like her mother than anything. Like before we even said she had a sense of like sisterly love, like a little cushion to her, but now it's like straight
she seems very like
cold. So she probably either went out of spite, which also makes me wonder, like, I know Papa Sorrengail said only trust your sister. Can we trust a sister? Because now Sissy's jealous.
I don't know if I'm saying this right. How does Theophany know their every move? She always knows where they're going. Like, she's always one step ahead. She even left a letter to Violet whenever they were getting the amplifier for King Cortland. And on that mission, we noticed that Henson is sus. We think she could possibly be the messenger for Theophany.
Yes. There was a couple things leading up to it. When Aura set everything aflame, all this stuff, Aura was running and Violet said, oh my god, is she gonna make it? And Henson was like, yeah, she will. But every time that Violet describes Henson's tone, it's like, you can't believe it. It's very like deadpan. Then Henson tells Aura, okay, you're next, your dragon's coming, whatever. And then what does she get picked up by? Not a dragon.
The wyvern. But when the wyvern got there, she said, oh, like they got here fast.
Yes, they got here.
Were you expecting it?
Yeah,
how
like
did
what
you know
do you
that?
mean
Like,
they
was
got
that
here
a
fast?
slip up that you just did? Are Mira and Drake going to end up together? I think so.
I think so.
Because in Iron Flame, Serena talked about how Drake's type is exactly like Mira. And Mira was like, oh, I'm not into flyers. I could so see them being together. It just gives enemies to lovers for some reason, but...
Absolutely, because Mira definitely would kill Drake.
Oh, 100%. Why does Holden act like a 2-year-old? What is wrong with him, actually?
He's a spoiled
like,
brat.
he's an ick. For real. I don't know how Violet even dated him. Well, she did say, like, I was 17 and he was cute.
Yeah,
so
he was
whatever.
cute and whatever, but
he's an idiot. The fact that he's gonna be king, he's heir, oh, they're screwed. Now, Auric, aka Cam, is on the quest squad, thank God. But the part where his dragon showed up, I really thought he was gonna scorch Holden. Which I wouldn't have cared, honestly.
No, me neither.
But I forgot he bonded a blue dragon.
I
So
know.
that's interesting. Why doesn't Bodhi have a second signet?
Because he's lying.
That's true, but also, I don't know why he would lie, though.
Zayden, no one's supposed to know his.
That's true.
But I don't think Bodhi knows that Zayden has a second signet.
No, Bodhi doesn't know because he said, I don't have a second signet like Zayden. So obviously Violet's the only one that knows that Zayden has a second signet. Well, Garrett might know, but we don't know that. So yeah, we're on chapter 30. We're going to read the rest. Not the rest of the book, obviously, because there's 65 chapters. If I had to guess, we might stop at like 45, 50, maybe?
Ready?
No.
No. Okay.
Chapter 33. I don't think I'm saying this right at all. Hedotus, the Isle of Knowledge and Peace. Zayden's mom was there. That was crazy. Zayden's mom, Talia, has a whole new family. And so Zayden has 2 half-brothers, which is crazy. That whole chapter was crazy. The way that Violet handled things, I was like, oh my gosh, you are crazy. But like in a good way. The whole poison thing with Garrick eating the chocolate cake and literally almost dying. Violet having poison him the whole time, like, She's so smart. Oh yeah, and then chapter 36, I almost thought Riddick died. That was foul, the way Rebecca wrote that. This whole video, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I don't want Riddick to die. And Madison keeps saying, Riddick's probably gonna die, Riddick's probably gonna die. No. Okay, the next aisle they go to, probably saying this wrong. Zelina? I don't know, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Isle of Xenol, God of Luck. That aisle. I have to say, out of all the aisles that they visited, this was my favorite one to read about. I don't know why. I feel like I was just most entertained by this aisle. I guess because the way they executed things, which... Trigger. Madison called it too. I was editing this video last night and she was like, Trigger's probably gonna die. He did, rip. That's so sad. And I hate when the Flyers die because their Griffins die with them. I get so upset. I just can't. I cannot read that. But yeah, that whole thing was so messed up. It was definitely the easiest aisle for them. But of course, that aisle is the aisle that somebody dies. I also laughed when Dane got slapped. Yeah, so real quick, all the presents they got. Mira got wine. Dane got slapped. Garrett got a rusted steel bucket. Art got a fractured hand mirror. Marin got 2 orange tunics. Violet got a broken compass, which she thinks it's broken, but obviously based on the way that the person said something like, use it carefully. It could be pointing to something specifically, or it could just be broken. I really don't know. Xaden got an empty glass box with hinges and edges. Riddick got kisses, of course. That makes sense. Cat got a golden necklace with a ruby. Drake got an orange cat. I don't know how they're gonna keep that thing alive, but I hope it survives. And I know as of right now it's named Broccoli. And Traeger got an heir to the heart, which was crazy. I had a suspicion that somebody might get hurt, like somebody might get stabbed, but it's just the way that he died so quickly. Like his gift got announced and I blinked and it was like the arrow went through his heart and he was dead. I'm like, damn, can I like process what the hell just happened? The worst part was that they couldn't complain. Traeger is literally dead on the floor and they cannot react. Again, Violet like pulling through. She said, okay, here's what we want, blah 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 blah. I'm like, if this isn't foreshadowing that she's gonna be some kind of like leader or something like that, like she is just made for this. Oh yeah, one of the notes in here was that these aisles are full of psychopaths. I don't know what is in these people's water, but I'm scared of all of them because why are y'all doing all that? Yeah, so basically after this, their plan is to split up and search the minor aisles after burning Traeger and his griffin. This is when Andarna's 7th breed finds her. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not as like excited as I should be because this chapter was really sad. Like just the way they were so disappointed in Andarna, literally telling her like she's a failure, like this is not what she was meant to do, like all this, and they're refusing to help because basically Andarna was like the test subject to see if humans would evolve and step away from war and just have peace. But when they find out that basically it's the opposite, they're like, well, y'all suck, so we're not helping. Bah. But there was this one iridescent feathertail and his name was Leothan? Probably saying that wrong. Madison and I noted that he seemed like he was wanting to stay and listen more. Also, I think he was the one that had the same horns as Andarna, so maybe they came from the same bloodline. I don't know. They confirmed there's no cure for Xaden. I don't know what is gonna happen. When they said that, I was like, you're joking. Well, they said there was the only cure is like if the venom evolve, which that's not really a cure. So when I found that out, I was so upset. And the way that like Xaden found out, yeah, so basically Riddick was telling Xaden and Garrett what was going on. He was like, yeah, there's no cure. By the way, there's no cure. And Xaden was just like, because obviously Riddick doesn't know that Xaden's venom. So yeah, so then Riddick finds out. He's very upset, which is understandable. He's like, the only way I'm keeping this secret is if you tell Sawyer, Ree, and Jacinia. And I was really excited to hear the conversation that they were gonna have, but it was completely skipped over. Madison and I were already up late and we were like, all right, we gotta read this chapter because we gotta see their reactions to Xaden being venom. But it was completely skipped over. Apparently they all understand and whatever. I mean, it's expected, like they're the best, but still, I was really excited to like hear that whole conversation. It just did not happen. Yeah, and then they get back and of course Theophany has to make her little note to Violet being like, Violet, I have the answer you seek. What are you blah, blah. I don't even remember what she said. I think Theophany really thinks she eats, but she doesn't. Like, she's not giving what she thinks she's giving. Like, yeah, I'll give it to her. She's scary. Like, she thinks she eats. Like, she's like, I'm gonna send her this letter and she's gonna be so scared and she's gonna have to come to me and blah, blah, blah. No, sis. Sawyer is thinking about flying again, thank goodness. I was gonna be so upset if he had to retire or anything like that, but he was at flight maneuvers, I'm pretty sure. So it seems like he is trying to get back to how it used to be. And last but not least, the wards are feeling inertia. The last thing that Madison and I read was that the wyvern got in probably for an hour and then they died. Felix came to Navarre and he was like, I'm not staying there. The wards are failing. Everything's really just a shit show right now, basically. Like nothing was solved. We have no cure for Xaden, and Darna 7th breed will not help us. The wards in Orisha are failing. Yeah, everything shitty. I just took a bath and I'm about to hop into bed and read the last 10 chapters of this book. I don't want it to be over because knowing that once I finish this, I have to wait a year minimum for the next book is really horrible, and I know there's going to be a big cliffhanger because there's always a big cliffhanger, and I just don't know what it's going to be this time. Before I tell you where I'm at in the book, I want to go over a few things that happened. So I know Violet's second signet, and Madison was spot on. I watched the video back. She said her second signet was some kind of intrinsic. Like I'd say Truthsayer.
I feel like it's gonna end up being Truthsayer, but I'm gonna stick to my guns and say a different form of intensive.
You're probably right, watch. She got that right. And she said that Violet's dreams were actually Xaden's. Do you think the dreams that she had about the Venom were actually the
Xaden? I think that was Xaden's dreams. That's why I also think that she's intensive, because she was actually walking into Xaden's dreams.
That was right too. Obviously we didn't get the specific like, oh, she can dream walk, because like that wasn't really talked about at all. But I think that's crazy that she got it exactly right. But I'm ahead of her, so she doesn't even know that yet. I'm trying to get her to read it. She's really busy right now, but I'm like, Madison, you have to read the next few chapters, please, because like you don't understand. Like it is crazy. Like it was like, you don't understand. You are gonna freak out, because I want to be like, you got everything right. The Irids did come back. Well, the one Irid, I think. Yo, I'm not good with names. Leothan, whatever. He came back. He got the wardstone back up in Orisha, thank goodness. But he took Andarna. Well, he didn't like take her, like steal her, but Andarna literally had to break her bond with Violet because he was like, you have to learn our ways. And to do that, you have to come with me. I'm not gonna stay here and teach you. You have to come with me. She literally broke the bond with Violet, which I didn't even think was possible. That's only possible with iridescence. And apparently, the only reason why Andarna was even able to bond with Violet after Terran was because she wasn't iridescent. And then I felt so bad because Violet was just going through it. She literally lost herself. She was in bed for like 3 days straight and couldn't move. It was really sad to read. Right now, she's doing better. Yeah, but I can't believe that Andarna left. Like, that's so sad. Also, I apologize for my appearance. I look kind of botched, but I'm ready for bed, okay? So I'm not looking my best. Anyway, where I left off is Violet discovered that her dad took her to, what's the I with the U? Where Violet beat the queen. I would just go get the book and like look it up, but I just don't feel like it, so I'm gonna just rely on the fact that you know what I'm talking about, because I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's the place where Violet beat the queen. Something with the U. Anyway, the place where everybody had her hair. Okay, let me shut up. Her dad took her there when she was little to fix her or something like that. I don't know if I'm supposed to be confused, but like I didn't really understand exactly why he took her there. I just know that either Brennan or Mira said that parents take their kids there because it's the closest thing to the gods or something, and I don't know. Basically, took her there to fix her. Because they were talking about how she has different paths she can choose, and one of them she might turn venom, but the way it was worded was the heart beating for you or within you will turn dark. Something like that. That's not the exact thing she said, but obviously we know this is Xaden. The heart beating for you. And then Mira found out, and that was bad. She was not happy about that. But I'm honestly surprised she didn't kill him. So I'm on chapter 55 right now. I know there's 65 chapters. So I thought that I would record my reaction to the end of this book. We'll see how that goes. I have Gnarly with me. I think he's camera shy. I'm going to, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm so sorry for my appearance. I'm going to get ready to read. I'm scared. Okay. like that? I have no words. Like, I actually have no words. What the hell did I just read? Why did it end like that? You know what's playing through my mind right now is when Madison said, we're gonna leave this book with more questions than answers. And she is right. Because what the, how do you just end it like that? And now we have to wait for probably, oh my. I will say, okay, Quinn did die. That was really upsetting. I actually did tear up for that. But I really thought like Garrick was gonna die or Bodhi. I thought Bodhi was going to die for sure. The amount of times he was close to death, I was like, oh, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. Like, I was preparing for it. But okay, let me get my thoughts together. Okay, so Xaden is Venom. Like, he's done. He is to the dark side. He's no longer Xaden. So I'm guessing, but I don't understand what the hell happened. So they got married. Obviously Imogen's there. Where's Garrick? I need to chill out. So Garrick, I don't know, Garrick's missing. Is Violet Duchess of Tyrandor? Is that what that means? Am I an idiot? Like, isn't that what that means? Is she Duchess of Tyrandor? Yo, I don't know, I'm confused. Oh, because why else would they get married? And why would Imogen erase her memory? Okay, wait, okay, I need to like process. Okay, let's go over some other things that happened. I like the Rhea and Imogen point of view. That was really cool. ONYX signet was manifested this whole time, and he can predict the future. What was that ending? I cannot get over that. Like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk about other things, but like, what was that? What actually was that? Like, what was that? I had to text Madison, but I know she didn't read it. So now I have no one to talk to about this. Oh my gosh. I'm about to text her. I'm about to call her.
Hello.
Madison.
Excellent.
Did you read anything?
Yes. I had to stop on chapter 53, I think.
Okay, so what part did you end off on?
Leo came.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you set Violet's second signet?
Yes.
You were right! You were literally spot on. I was editing yesterday and today. Okay, you literally guessed she's some type of Intrinsic, which was right. And then you were literally like, oh yeah, she walked into Xaden's dreams like as an Intrinsic. I just finished it. I just finished the book.
You just finished it?
Yes!
Oh my god.
Madison, I had to jump out of my bed. Did you get to the part where he was talking to Andarna?
Wait, who, Taryn?
No, Leo.
No, not again, but I'm coming up on that.
Okay.
I have to put the book down because I do have work tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sneak to go.
I'm so shaken up right now. Oh my god.
Is it like, something, did I guess it right or no yet?
No.
Okay.
This is something I don't think any of us guessed. Like, at all. I'm like talking to the camera right now and I'm like, I don't know what to say. Because I can't think of anything else. Because the ending of this book, like I can't even say. Like, I just can't say anything. Well, I'll let you go to bed for work, but I just wanted to call you because I finished it and I'm freaking out. And I'm like, I can't talk to anybody about this.
Oh my god. Well, I will literally be right behind you. I will literally be right behind you.
Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I forgot. I think that's it. So on that note, thank you for watching. If you've made it all the way to the end, wow, I'm shocked, but love you for that. I hope you enjoyed my first ever book vlog. I'll probably post more book videos later. I just have to figure out what I'm gonna do and plan those out. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and oh my god, I don't even know what to say, y'all. Like, what do I do now? Okay, I gotta chill. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.